What is up? Sixth man is back. Welcome back, my people. We are a full squad without Jordan. I don't know. He's gone a bit radio silent, guys. I wonder if he's okay. I hope wherever you are, Jordan. I really hope you're okay. Yeah. Anyway,
I think he's doing his best Damian Lillard impression, which is good for him.
he's ghosting. He is ghosting.
Sorry.
Anyway, what are we here for? We are here to talk about the trending topics, and in the NBA season, it's almost halfway through the regular season. So I thought, let's do a half season award. So the first award that we're going to pick, each one of us, is Rookie of the Year. So I think I'm going to go to Saltbro first to, give me his pick.
So obviously I checked out the rookie ladder. A large part of my decision is based on picking whoever Ed's not going to pick. So I'd just like to say that in advance. And my pick is from the 21 and 17 Cleveland Cavaliers. It's Evan Mobley, who is doing something we don't see very often with rookies. He's playing really good defense. Really good defense. Like, this is the sort of defense that makes you think, oh, he could be a defensive player of the year in the future. It obviously helps that he's playing alongside Jared Allen, who's also, I think he's another 7-footer who is known for his defensive prowess. But I think Mobley's been really, really impressive on that end of the floor and has contributed to that Cleveland Cavaliers team winning. And I don't think anyone thought they would before the season. I think they were, someone might have said, oh, they could sneak in as a 9 or 10 seed, and they are currently in 6th. Obviously, it's a little bit mixy in the East, so they could be 10th before you know it. But they've had a great start to the season. He's been a big part of it. He is kind of doing it all the time. And I haven't, when I've seen the games and the highlights, I haven't seen him be abused like a lot of rookies have been, like James Wiseman was, I feel, last year when he was in the Warriors. I think a lot of times when you see experienced players, they'll say, oh, rookie, get him in the pick and roll. Just put him in the mixer over and over again because they know they just don't know how to defend it yet. So I think that's the main thing really for me. And while his stats might not be as good as some of the other players on this list, I think the contribution to winning is the thing that's really put him over the top of me.
Good choice, Mr. Bray. Another Matt, Mr. Harris. Who you got?
I'm going to go through Toronto, and I'm going to go for Scotty Barnes. He's ranked really well for points, rebounds, steals, and blocks. For points, he's got like 15.1 points per game. He's in the top 5 for rookies for that. And obviously, Wagner, Green, Cunningham are all on similar points, but he's actually got the better shooting percentage of any rookies who score more than 15 points. He's at 50% field goal percentage. And from the 3, he's at 33%, so not too bad. And then he's got 8.1 rebounds a game, which is only second to, I believe, Evan Mobley, who's Bray's just talked about there. And this isn't a poor Toronto team, and he's really shining there. And yeah, I just like what he's been doing there, really. He's ranking pretty much well for all of the categories that you'd expect him to be doing in his first season.
Again, another very solid pick. We all know what the answer is, but how will he construct it? Ed?
To be fair, I think at the end of I reckon Mobley could get it at the end of the year, partly because of how well Cleveland are doing. And I mean, I thought Cleveland were going to be what they are now last year. That didn't happen. They become this year, including Jared Allen, including Evan Mobley. And he does have a great shot. Scotty Barnes, I think, was leading it. Near the start of the year, he was having some great games for Toronto, being a primary ball handler, taking it from coast to coast, being a decision maker on the team, which doesn't usually happen to rookies who aren't traditional point guards. His defense as well, but again, Evan Mobley has been playing better defensively as well. But let's talk about Franz Boogie. No, Franz Wagner, I think, could right now is probably leading. It helps the fact that he just dropped 38 points on the Bucks against Giannis, and there was quite a few possessions where Giannis was on him, and he did a really good job of getting around him, doing some Euro moves, doing some dribble moves. It was quite nice for him, showing some nice footwork. We've also had quite a bit of Magic have also had quite a bit of injuries in the guard department, and he has become a primary ball handler. He started point guard, I think, for a couple of games for the Magic, whilst had quite a few players out. So he's been doing a lot of ball handling stuff as well. And also, I think I mentioned this at the start of the year as well. He's been defending some of the high end players in the league. Oh, not not super well, but quite well at an okay pace. Of course, with elite players, it's hard to stop them. You can just contain them a little bit, and he's done quite well in some possessions. So if you're looking at the numbers, he's number one in scoring, just scoring under 20 points a game. He's got the fourth best 3-point percentage out of all rookies with a minimum of 1 make a game. Again, efficient numbers. He's the only rookie to have played 39 games this year. I think the next closest with the same amount of minutes is Mobley at 30. So again, he's been an Iron Man. It's over the course of a long time period. It's not just a couple games. He's 7th in rebounding, 6th in assists, 4th in steals, 3rd in field goal percentage for any rookie scoring at least 10 points a game. And yeah, the 38-point game against the Bucks was quite good. I think he's now in his 39 games. I think about 20 of them he scored in double digits. And there's about 10 of them when he's got about 20 points. So again, he's a consistent scorer. He's a reliable option. And of course, there's always the good stats, bad team, which I guess could be part of it. But of course, when you're the number one option on a bad team, the defense knows you're the number one option on a bad team. Sometimes it can be hard to score. I think sometimes good stats, bad team is sometimes thrown away a bit too often. Perfect example is Zach LaVine. Good stats, bad team, but then he can still do it, of course, when he's not the number one option. If Zach LaVine isn't number one option, that's still fine because he's still got that efficiency, which is why I mentioned France's efficiency as well. But yeah, that's my love letter done. You lot thought it would be like me half an hour. Cool. I think it was quite sufficient, quite to the point. That's my thoughts.
Well, Franz, if you look at it, it's got the best value. He was taking the latest out of all the 3 players that we've spoken about.
And do you remember why? Because remember, Magic drafted 2 players last year in the draft, and that was the Bulls pick. That the Franz Wagner selection was the Bulls pick from Vooch.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not mad. I think.
I wouldn't be. To be fair,
he's number one in the East. Yeah.
But I think the Warriors are probably looking around going, we should have had him. I mean, you don't know for the future, but one thing I will say is that obviously the Iron Man stuff. It's a COVID season, man. We've been I don't know. I feel like I was this far away from getting some time, on the bench somewhere. They're signing everyone.
I mean that's cool.
But it's been a bit tough. I think some guys who obviously would have won, who would have been playing, haven't because of COVID, not because they've got it, because they've been exposed or whatever. So that's a little bit of a tough one this season. But you're right. He is now the number one option. His usage has gone through the roof recently. Like you realise that, he could be the next big thing. Let's give him the ball.
You still got to step up, man. You still got to step up, and he has. True. And to be fair, I think he was, when Bleacher brought out their draft analysis, and they were like, "Who are the winners and losers of the NBA draft?" They said the winners were the Orlando Magic because they were able to pick up Franz Wagner. And it has proved well at the moment. The only thing that he needs to do is when all the big time players come back, Jonathan Isaac, Jalen Suggs, Cole Anthony, obviously he's just come back. Can they turn that into winning basketball? And I think that's the big question.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
I mean, look, they cut them some slack. They're all super young. Give them a few years. I think it's going to take, but he's a piece. He's definitely a piece. He's not, I think I looked at someone like Anthony Edwards in his first season and was instantly like good stats, bad team guy, which is probably an overestimation. I think he's been better. I've probably not given him his dues, but I think France can be a winning player. And I think the Magic. I hope we'll see the Magic. I really do.
Who do you guys think I'm picking? I've picked one of your 3 players. Who do you think I'm picking?
Mobley.
I think you like winning. I think you got Mobley.
No, you're both wrong. I picked this guy because I think my player absolutely represents one of my favorite players of all time, and that's Andre Iguodala. I'm going with Scotty Barnes. I love what he does, man. I think he's incredible. If you look at his draft weaknesses, they said he wasn't an advanced scorer. He shot 28% from free, and he shot 62% from the free throw line. This season, he's shooting 34% from free. Obviously, the line is further out, and he's shooting 72% from the line. Obviously, not amazing numbers, but big jumps. And he's a Swiss Army knife. Obviously, you got 15 points per game, 8 rebounds, 3. He averages 3 offensive rebounds a game, which is incredible. He's third on the team in assists, 3.5, and he's averaging a steal and a block. And the Raptors are seventh in the East. I'm gonna put all of my cards on the table. Scotty Barnes will be an NBA champion in his career. He is a winning player. He does so much stuff that equates to winning outside of scoring. I think if it's not at Toronto, it'll be somewhere else. And I think he will win an NBA championship.
I like that. Andre Iguodala, he's like an Alex Caruso. I think another player like that's Lonzo Ball. Like the sort of guy that elite players want to play with. You're like, oh yeah, I want to play with that guy. Puts in the work. He absolutely gave it to Patrick Williams at the start of the season when they played, when Patrick was still healthy. Oh my God, he stole his lunch money.
Gobbled him up.
Literally, he just destroyed him. I think he had 20, 30 in that game. It was incredible. Like, he was just like, I think they know each other, and he was just like, yeah, no way, I'm better than you. And just which is good because you see the confidence there. Yeah, fair play, I like that.